Hello ladies and gentlemen, it's that movie guy Zach. Today I'm here to review the newest film by director M. Night Shyamalan and the third installment of the Eastrail 177 trilogy, which is Glass. In this film, we follow the character of David Dunn as he uses his special abilities to track down Kevin Crumb, a man with 23 different personalities and also a dangerous 24th one called the Beast. They are later taken to a psychiatric hospital where the character Mr. Glass is as well, and are interrogated by a psychiatrist who is trying to convince them that their powers are not real and that they are merely delusional. In my opinion, Unbreakable is one of the best superhero movies ever made. It's a slow but incredibly smart film that cleverly plays with the style and tropes of superhero stories in a more grounded way, and is M. Night Shyamalan's masterpiece. If I had to do a top 5 of the best superhero films, I'd put it up there along with Spider-Man 2, The Dark Knight, Batman Mask of the Phantasm, and Logan. As for Split, it's an excellent film that was carried by a terrific performance from James McAvoy. It's also unique due to the fact that it's basically the origin of a supervillain done for the first time in a film. As for Glass, sadly, it's just kind of okay. The best thing about Glass are the performances. Bruce Willis does a decent job of what material he's given to work with. Samuel L. Jackson is once again great as Mr. Glass. Sarah Paulson gives a good performance, but the real highlight is James McAvoy. He is incredible in this film and really gets to show how much range he has as an actor. He's so good at switching multiple personalities in many scenes, and is easily the best thing about this film, bar none. If there's anything else I like about this film, it's that M. Night Shyamalan's direction is pretty good. It's very well shot, and his use of color is fantastic, and it adds to a lot of scenes in this film. I also really enjoyed the first two acts, thanks to the performances and the character interactions that were just brilliant, and were so intriguing to watch. Other than that, Glass has some major flaws. My biggest problem with this film is its third act. Without getting into spoilers, obviously, it felt so rushed, so messy, and so poorly put together, it makes me think M. Night Shyamalan did not know what he was doing. As usual with his films, there are major plot twists, but none of them work, and one felt so forced for no reason. It also leaves so many unanswered questions, and after years of build-up in 2 movies, it was so underwhelming and disappointing, and it completely kills an otherwise good movie up to that point. My other problem with this film is how it uses some of its characters. There are a lot, but some weren't really given much to do and are sidelined up until the third act. Characters like Casey Cook, Joseph Dunn, and surprisingly David Dunn are underused and have many scenes that don't progress the story at all. David Dunn is barely in this movie and feels like a background character for most of it, which is surprising considering he's supposed to be the main protagonist, but I never got that impression once. Also, the musical score is much weaker this time around, which is surprising considering the previous 2 films had amazing scores, especially Unbreakable. Overall, Glass isn't a bad film, but man, it could have been so much better. As someone who loved the previous 2 films, this film just left me a little disappointed and unsatisfied. I wanted to love this film, but I couldn't. It's not M. Night Shyamalan's worst film, trust me, there are worse, but it's honestly his most disappointing film because of all the potential it had to be great. I am giving Glass a B-.